but somehow we got to the topic of which game can you talk about more? And it was two of my friends on the Kingdom Hearts side. And I was like, do you know how much lore there is in Kingdom Hearts? And I'm like, do you know that I could probably write an entire book on tires alone? So we did a little, I guess you would call it a challenge, where we had to pick a subject and we had to talk about it for a little. We basically had to do a book report. So I can't remember what my friend wrote about. I think she just went into like one of the backstories of one of the characters and whatnot. And you know, she had a little she had a little report down, and I posted mine. I did basically an introduction to taking corners and like the ideal racing line around one particular. I think I did just like a simple 90-degree corner, and I had diagrams and shit. I can't remember whose was longer. I think hers might have been longer, but like I said, there's so much that you can write about as far as Gran Turismo. You can write about the cars, the tracks, the driving techniques, stuff. I think this was back in maybe the GT3 or GT4 era. I don't really remember. It was a while ago. I remember we had, I guess you could call it a meme, but there was one tournament where one of my friends, he plays Ness, and Ness is in Brawl, he was a low tier, like he wasn't that great of a character. And he played against a Snake main, and Snake was like, if he wasn't top tier, he was high tier. Like, he was definitely one of the better characters in the game. And plus, this Snake player was like a well-known and highly ranked Snake player. And this dude, he was also drinking at the tournament, so he was drunk playing a bad character. And he beat the Snake's name was Fatal. And my friend's name, his brawl tag was Mib, his initials. So for like years upon years, we always said Mib beat Fatal. And when he finished the match, he was cracking the fuck up. He was like, wait, that's Fatal? That's like top 3 Snakes on the East Coast? I thought that was just some random dude. He said that motherfucker was trash. And another friend of mine, he practiced against another one of our crewmates, another Snake player. So we got like a bunch of experience in the Snake matchup, and we went to a tournament, and he ended up losing to a Snake who went by the name Looney Tunes. Like, bro, how you get all this Snake matchup practice and you lose to a motherfucker named Looney Tunes? Like, ain't nobody heard of this Snake before. You just lost to a nobody, bro. I kind of had a similar moment. So, there's this video game expo, and this was Me and my crews. I think this was our first like pretty big tournament, right? And there was this guy named Velocity, and I had to play him in bracket. He played Game & Watch, and I played DDD, and ended up beating him. And one of the organizers, who I became friends with him for a while, he had walked up to me. He was like, do you know who that was? I was like, no, I don't know any of these people. It was like, you just beat the #1 ranked player in Pennsylvania. I'm like, no way. It's like they do, I think they still do it, but they do Smash rankings, and they base it off of your tournament performance. So like, it's like how well you do in tournaments, who you beat in those tournaments, who you lose to, stuff like that. And they compile it, and they come up. Come on, stop with the grind. They compile it, and they did rank, because I think they did them like every 4 months or so, or no, every 3 months. And at the time, he was the #1 player in Pennsylvania. I'm like, really? Him? When I was still active in the scene, I think I made it as high up as 5th in the power rankings in PA. And a number of our crewmates also was like high up there. I think we had one of our crewmates in like 2nd or 3rd in PA. Augie, thank you for the raid. Over here reminiscing about my Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament days. How did it grind, but it still went into the gear?